Hey folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. You saw the title. You may not recognize the artist, but it's Johnny Lee, Wish I Could Love That Way Again. And it was a gift request from Randall Fryer. So Randall, thank you for this gift and this request. And I got to read this to you though. Randall said that this is one of his favorite songs of Johnny Lee's, and he wanted me to give his best to MontaukEd, as he thinks he and Ed are probably on the same page in a lot of ways. So there you go, MontaukEd. You've gotten another shout out because you're much loved, much respected. And I think Randall and you, I've had this thought as well, having gotten to know Randall the way I have through the channel, and you, Ed, that you do have some things in common. So I don't know this song. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We're a friendly group around here, and we interact with one another in the comments. We get to know each other and such, and it's really a beautiful thing that we've got here. It's very respectful. We don't have to enforce that, really. It's just by nature. So I'm going to switch hats. So my headphones will fit. Oh, yeah. And this is the hat that Randall sent me a month or two ago. It's Tootsie's, which is on Broadway down in Nashville. I've been there, been on the rooftop. I've eaten on the rooftop down there. You pretty much, it's a rite of passage. You got to go there. You've got to go into the 3-in-1 boot stores and BB King's, all these different places you got to check out when you're down there. Johnny Lee, I wish I could love that way again. Huh. It's got an easy listening feel to
it. I remember the Queen Anne's lace, smile on your pretty face, holding hands, walking the fence row. We were so young and free, it was just you and me, going as far as forever goes. I wasn't that old, but I was old enough to know it was more than just a puppy love.
Yeah.
I wish I could love that way, like I did yesterday. I wish that summer never had to end.
Oh, it was a summer love.
It was just you and me. We were so young and free, and I haven't felt that way since. I wish I could love that way. I wish I could love that way. I wish I could love that way again.
Really like the backing there. Very subtle. All right, I hope we get more context or narrative development here about where his life has gone. Or is this just about a summer love and how, free those are? But yeah, because there's a lack of commitment, but you do start to develop feelings for the other person. But did he stay with the woman? Are they still together? Who had that summer love? I guess we're going to find out, but there's a lot to be said about the development of relationships.
I can still see you in the backseat there with your long brown hair. I could barely raise my hand to wave goodbye.
Oh.
And I never will forget me getting soaking wet when I jumped in the lake so no one would see me cry.
Yeah.
That first heartbreak, oh, it won't ever heal. The feelings I had for you, they were really real. I wish I could love that way, like I did yesterday. I wish that summer never had to end. We were so young and free, it was just you and me, and I haven't felt that way since. I was just 12 and you were 10.
Yeah.
I wish I could love that way. I wish I could love that way, but I'll never love that way again.
Yeah. My take on life is that if you retain your sense of humor, you can love like that again. I mean, it's not going to be exact because you have more experience and you relate to each other differently. But as far as like those feelings go, you can have them. Kind of requires that you've broken up with somebody in order to love one more time. But maybe that's what he's referring to in this song, that first love is like it's so pure. You haven't experienced anything like it before. It's so intense. It's so real. I love that bit about him jumping in the lake just so he could hide the fact that he was crying. He didn't want others to see that he was crying because you can't do that. When you're a 12-year-old boy, you're at seventh grade, you're kind of getting to the point where like you're definitely going to be made fun of if you cry about something. And if you cry over a fifth grade girl, people are going to be like, oh, your buddies or others will be like, oh, good God, like what a wuss. So you hide it, and I get it. I mean, nobody likes to cry, but if you're going to cry, you really don't want to do it in public. Women don't like doing it in public, even though women cry far more readily than guys do. And women don't like crying in public because you become like a mess. Your makeup runs. You just do that in private somewhere. That's what we prefer to do, men and women. But I love that little part of just jumping in the lake. It sounded like a real story. I don't know if this happened for Johnny Lee or somebody else wrote this, or you could watch a movie and then write a song about it and then sort of make it your own. So it's a fictitious story about something that happens in the world, or maybe even happened to somebody else. But his voice is smooth, man. His voice is smooth. And the instrumentation worked with it. This is the kind of song that could have been written for a movie. You could hear it in the background, just slow and all that. And, just the little images of them holding hands along the fence row or something like that. And I remembered back in, when I was at this age of this song, my family vacation. I have an older sister and a younger sister. I'm right in the middle. Each one is 2 grades. My older sister's 2 grades above me. My younger one's 2 grades below me. And we would go, our family vacation was an hour away from us here in New Jersey at a place called Culvermere on Culver Lake. And people from wherever, it wasn't an expensive place to go, but we went there for a week and, you'd meet, you'd have other people, like another family that you'd have dinner with every night. They were assigned to this particular table and you'd be served and all this stuff. And the kids would go play by the lake on the tennis courts and volleyball courts, wherever. The parents would do whatever they would do. But you were largely unsupervised within the confines of this, I call it a resort. And you made real good friends. And even in just that 1 week, And then the day was coming that you were all leaving, and there was this emptiness in your pit. And, there was a girl that I liked, but, I didn't have like a major crush on her or anything. So it was nothing like was depicted in the song. But I do remember that first week that we went. I mean, we went the following year too. But that first time just had that empty feeling like, wow, I'm not going to see these people again or for a year or what have you. But when it's like a crush that he has, like he depicted in this song, um, he remembered, his long brown hair, I think, in the back seat and driving away. And it's like, ouch. Oh, just ouch. You got no control over it when you're at that age. If you're old enough, have a car and a job, you could go find the girl. Randall, that was just beautiful. We do human beings. I mean, relationships turn into different things along the way, and it may seem like it's getting less romantic or what have you, but it's actually growing in a certain measure of maturity. But if you retain, like I said, that sense of humor about you, and you can have a lot more fun a lot longer in life. So I don't know. If you just allow yourself to continue to find humor in little things and what have you, you really can have a lot of fun, and you can have more. You can get closer to that youthful enthusiasm in your relationships if you're just playful, because that's what kids are. They're playful. So I'm going to rate this one. And I am, of course, curious to see how MontaukEd responds to this, Randall. And I'm sure you are as well. But there are other folks who can relate to this. But the number that popped into my head on this was a 9.0. I liked it. It was an intriguing story. I didn't know where he was going. His voice is just smooth as silk and just gorgeous. And instrumentation was on point. And I really did like the very subtle background singing that came in spot moments. So there you go, guys. Playlist of songs of 9 and above, courtesy of Randall Fryer. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.